Edit with the Docs app, make tweaks, leave comments, and share at the beginning of the episode. We see that Gadget is in the past when he brings a flower, comes to Daddy and says that I don't want to give the flower to Daddy, but just then a bike is about to hit Daddy. So Gadget saves her and Daddy says thank you to him, and she sees the flower and says that this is my favorite flower. How did you know that this is my favorite? And then Gadget disappears from there. That is, he comes to the present where Sunno is there, and Sunno says, how did you come here? Has your power returned? Then he takes her inside and shows the data of his ancestors. Gadget tells Sun that we had an ancestor who fell in love with a girl, and I think you have fallen in love with Viday already. Guz says there is nothing like that. He tells Sun that I should talk to your mom about it. Guz says you should not do this because I am not sure yet. He tells Sun that it is okay. Then Gadget is leaving. He sees Daya running down from upstairs and he says to Daya that why are you running? Daya says that what are you doing here? You were upstairs just now. And touches him and says are you a ghost? And she faints in the wake of that. Then Gadget's family comes there and asks what has happened to her. Then Donja comes there and says that she has seen a ghost, which is me. She saw me getting up, so Manam says that you should be a little careful, and then they bring the nurse to the room. The nurse is not regaining consciousness. So they say that should we call an ambulance? Donja says that she is just asleep. Nothing has happened to her. Manam says how do you know? Donja says because she drank the tea which she gives you, and she mixes an intoxicating drug in that tea due to which you get unconscious. Manam falls asleep and says what are you talking about? Do you have any proof? Donkey says no, but it is true, but still Manam doesn't believe her. But Donkey tells her that if Day gives you anything to eat then you should not eat it, but Manam makes her quiet. Then Manam falls asleep and sees a dream about Day. Day comes out of the sauna, and Sunna's name is also there, and Day's family lives in this sauna, and something happens to Day and he is being taken in an ambulance. Then she opens her eyes and tells Sunna that what has happened. Manam says that I have seen a bad dream. Day regains consciousness. And when they come out of the room, Donja sees her and says that I think that maybe you had taken some intoxicating substance. She says that it is nothing like that. Yesterday I was tired after working. That is why I felt dizzy. Then Donja starts coming towards Day and says that how are my feet getting bruised? Then Day smiles and says that these are very good. Then Donja leaves from there. And Day is also running from there. Then Kvidja comes in front of her and asks why are you running from Kvidja? And why are you behaving like this? So Dahil looks in the mirror and now Guz is visible in the mirror and tells her that yesterday I saw you here but you were not visible in the mirror. Then Aina comes there and she tells Aina to eat food and go to school. Then she is cooking food for Aina. Manam comes there and Manam starts telling Day about her dream, that I saw you in a dream and you are being taken in an ambulance. And Day gets shocked on hearing this and starts behaving strangely because in the same sauna her family also lives. So Manam tells her but you don't worry, that nothing will happen. I just keep having such dreams. After that Paya packs her stuff and says that I should leave this ghost family and go, and she is taking her stuff and going from there, and Gadget is watching her from above and Day also sees her. Then Day is outside her family lives and says should I go inside the sauna? If Manam's dream comes true then what will I do? And Gadget is also following her. Then Duhay comes inside and tells her mom everything. Some tells what Manam saw in her dream, and I think her family has the truth. I have some powers, but Lahong refuses and says that this cannot happen to me. I think they must have sent some man to follow you, because of which he knows all this, and tells her that you should quickly register your marriage and become their legal guardian. But Daya tells her to choose some other way. Then Lahong tells her that you should not forget for 23 you are indebted to me. Then we are shown the past scene where Daya's father dies and she goes to her father's funeral. Then Real Hong comes there with Yate, and Real Hong tells Daya, your father told me you have taken a lot of loan and you have to pay back all this loan, and she also makes him sign the document. And in the present Il Hong is telling Da that now Gacha's family has only Jim and house, we have to take all these things from them soon, otherwise we will lose them too. And Gacha also comes to Sonapatia and stops him, and tells him to wear Sona's clothes, so Gui comes wearing Sona's clothes and he is calling Daya to tell her about, but Daya doesn't pick up the call because she is washing, and then she sees him there. Manam appears and she panics, but she is not there and Gaja is there, looking for Day, and in a room Il-hong and Day are talking and Daya is calling Il-hong Mom. Then Gaja comes there and overhears their conversation, and 529 says that you said that you don't have any family, and then Il-hong points at Manam and asks him to turn on the fire alarm, and Manam does the same, and seeing this everyone panics and Daya falls down and starts to take the guja, but Day falls down and she faints, and then Il tells Hong Yanta that we should call an ambulance, and then Day is taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and Il-hong asks Guz to become Day's legal guardian and asks him to sign the documents and tells him that I am not her mother but her father used to take a lot of drugs, so only those people came to her funeral from whom her father had taken a lot of loans, and I am one of them. Day has seen a lot of bad times in her life, and once she also had an accident, which we are shown that in the past Day's school was on fire, but as the clock strikes, Day is there and Long also comes there, and Day tells Long that I'm saved. Forgive me now, you will not get my insurance money. Then Laho says that you can pay my money without dying, and in the present Gacha tells Ankh that Day had told me that once she had escaped death. Which incident is that I don't know, you should ask Day herself. After that Gacha gets a call from his mum and he goes out, and Manam Gacha says Day is fine, isn't she? I am worried about her, so Jaja says that at this time he is in the hospital. I will tell you the rest after coming home, and Manam asks Day to get up. Then Day gets up and tells Manam that you should not Kvidjaya. Then she says that if you have more Kvidjaya with us, and Day Kvidjoshal was there, but why did you come? Were you worried about me? Vidya says yes, I was worried about you because my mom told me that she had seen a bad dream about you. Then Day says, can your mom really see the future, and has your power come back? Gacha says yes, my power has come back, and along with that she has also changed. But the reason for my power coming is only you, Day. She says, but why so? Which says that I don't know. In the Gaja whom you met in the mall and on Sunday, Day was the Gaja of future, means that in your past all this has happened with you, but I was not there, so I don't remember all this. Day says, but why is all this happening with me? Gaja says, maybe because your past is my future and you are in Gwija. Gwija can only touch it. Then Day and Kvidjosha says, what did you tell Day about our family secrets? If she gets scared and runs away from our house, then what will we do? Vidya says, you only told her about your dream, and why did you take Day's dream? And then Manam remembers a scene from the past where Kvidjosha says, you can't do this, you can't do this, I can only go to those moments where you were happy. Then Gaja shows her a photo and says that I found this in Zain's book. She was pregnant, but why did she not tell me about it? Then Manam says that because this child was not yours, this baby was someone else's and she was cheating on you. Then Gaja shouts and says, how can you say this? Did you have any dream about Zion? Then Manam denies that I did not have any dream about Zion. But I was already telling you that you should not trust Zion, she is not right for you. Then Gaja says, when you had a dream about Zion, otherwise how can you say wrong about Zion? And if you had seen Zion's dream before how her accident had happened, then maybe I could have saved her, but you didn't do that. Manam says that I can't do that because I don't dream by my own will. I can only dream what my powers want to show me. And even if I had seen Zion's dream, even then we can't change the future because I had seen in my dream how my father was dying and I tried a lot to save my father, but still I couldn't change the future. Gacha says that all this is going very wrong. I don't want powers. Manam says these powers are a boon for us. Vidya says there is nothing like that. It is not a boon, rather a curse. Manam says it is not a curse. You can go to the past and enjoy your happy moments, and I can see about stocks in the future and in the present. Guz is telling Manam that now you can dream of tens. Earlier you could only dream of stocks. Maybe this is a sign that you should leave your greed and use your power for the good of others. Then we see Daya with her. Donja comes and says, I have come to know what kind of person you are. Daya says, slowly you will come to know everything. Then Daya comes to her room and starts writing in her notebook about the powers of all these people. Who has what power? But she says, I am not sure about what power Aina has. Then we see Aina in school. She is in the dancing room. Hira comes to her and says if you don't know how to dance it doesn't matter, you can watch us dance, and Aina sits in the room and sings a song. Baja comes to Aina and he also listens to Aina's song and then tells everyone that he liked this song which Aina is listening to and we should dance on this song. Then all the children are going home and Aina is watching everyone going. Then Aina comes to a store. Hayam is also there and they both are sitting together and talking. Then Rim tells her, "What do you think about Wazza?" and also takes off her glasses and we see that Aina's eyes are shining a lot and she comes to know what Rim is thinking. Haram is thinking 1138. That you should not like him because I already like Wazza, and Aina is able to do this because Aina has the power to read other people's minds. And here he asks Mana if she likes Wazza. Then Aina says that no, he is stupid, and then Wazza also comes there who overhears their conversation and tells Aina that maybe he heard you and leaves from there, and seeing this Aina says to herself that this is the reason I don't want to have this power. Then we see Donji in the gym there Grace and she says, did something happen between you and Jahan? He took me to the hotel. And then Donji presses her head with his hand and says that I know what is going on between you two. Then Donji brings some eatables and comes home, and looking in the mirror he realizes that Grace also told him that you should not do so much exercise, it can spoil your health. Then she sees that Manam is looking at something. Then she comes to Manam and says, what are you doing here? Then Manam says that Daya's secret has been revealed and she has locked herself in her room and is not coming out. Then Daya knocks on her door and Manam comes out and says, can I come in? But Daya refuses, saying that doctor has asked to arrest me, and she closes the door, but she is listening to their conversation from inside, and Manam is telling Donji that whoever comes to know about our family's secrets, either they get scared and leave our family and run away or misuse us. Then we see Daya who is at the marriage registration. She is getting ready and she is about to drink but doesn't do that and throws away